Hello friends, this is Kelly Hampton, and this installment of spiritual teaching from Archangel Michael we're going to be calling the Mt.Shasta meditation or spiritual teaching. That I would just be the open vessel. Many times Archangel Michael makes note that being outside in nature is more healing than any meditation we might do in our homes. But I know it's important to people, and whether you choose to listen to this teaching, visualization exercise inside or outside, hopefully your home space is as detoxified energetically as possible and raised to the highest vibration with crystals. So Michael, we're calling this the Mount Shasta meditation teaching largely because I am in Mount Shasta. It is one of Michael's homes. It's not the only place that's Michael's home, so perhaps he'll do some teaching about that for us, as well as provide a healing exercise of a more meditative visualization type. So here comes the invocation. Michael, how can you guide us today about this, please? He says, very much I welcome friends old and new, and I would say it's time to draw a line in the sand. What line am I speaking of? On one side stands hatred, worry, doubt, anguish, loneliness, poverty, despair, homelessness, vagrancy, truancy, despondency. And on the other side of the line stands hope, happiness, boundless joy, excitement, passion, compassion, abundance, gratitude, humility, laughter, and so much more. So in your minds, yes, I would like to spend some time today, as I've been called upon, as many of you call upon me. In your mind, if you have this line, what side of the line do you want to be on? Of course, I myself and all the holy host of angels and all the ascended masters, guides, spiritual beings, and all beings of love and light, and the Creator himself, including Feminine Mother, of course. Say in your minds, do this exercise simply. In your mind, do it on a piece of paper, do it in the sand. Draw the line, erase the line. Stand on the side where the vibrations, you know where line to stand on. And if I say to you, not only do we want you and each and every one of you to stand on this side of the line, with joy, compassion, all the beautiful harmonics of simplicity, no ego. Make it your intention today to take your hand. If you're imagining this visualization, let's imagine this now as a jump rope. Many of you may have known this tool from childhood. Imagine this jump rope. You've crossed over. Now extend your hand to a friend that's still on the other side. Make it your intention today, as you hear these words, to reach out to someone that isn't on the side that you're standing on. Could be someone you know, could be someone, of course, you don't know. Most comfortably, souls will reach out to those they know a bit, which is fine and loving and good. There's no wrongness. This is only one small step in your healing. You see, as you heal yourself and you heal others, you're making advancements, very much like the young baby who begins to walk and then takes steps into toddler, and then toddler begins to take more steps and is able to run. So imagine, my friends, we can call this a visualization, healing visualization. I would also be asking you now to imagine yourselves then standing on the side of the jump rope. that embodies the highest frequencies that you were intended to live on this earthly plane of existence if you're hearing my words through her today. With one hand extended behind you or to your side if you're sideways, touching and connecting, I'd ask you to very actively imagine the face, the body, the name, the age, all the descriptive type of things that you need to make your visualization more complete, more real, of at least one person in your mind that you know is not standing on the side now where you've stepped over. You yourselves may not even feel as though you can fully step over that imaginary visualized line in the sand, but you can. We're doing it now, and I ask you to. So with that in place, take a minute. Who is the name? Who is the face that is on the other end of your hand that you're extending? Is it your brother? Is it your sister? Is it your mother? Is it your father? And then, friends, if you like to close your eyes, as many do, imagine that this current of energy that rises up from the floor of the mother on the side of joy, bliss, happiness, contentment, gratitude, bliss. There are many, many, many more frequencies. That it rises up from the belly of the Mother Earth in a beautiful white light fashion, up from your feet. Up, I say, from her, up through your feet if you're standing, up through the limbs of your physical body, up through your projected arm that is reaching, physically reaching in your mind, touching and grabbing the hand of the person, at least one person that you're going to be bringing etherically on the same side with you. And then imagine the same powerful, loving light running down their extended arm, down their torso, down through their limbs, rooting and connecting them down back to Mother Earth. We've just completed one healing circuit. If your minds are still actively engaged in your hearts, and we do hope and desire that they are, just etherically, by doing this exercise, you've brought them a level of healing, even without ever even physically connecting with them. In our time together, to finish the other mental half of this circuit, imagine then coming in first from up above, Father Sky, God Infinite Creator, if you will, from the heavens, from the angels, if you wish, whatever your minds think is upward. And imagine this time the light being violet. The light coming down, streaming into the top of your head, your crown chakras, is violet. And that it continues to pour a loving vibration of violet healing energy down into the upper torso, touching your heart center, down to your navel, which is the sacred center. And to complete this circuit, imagine then, again, please, friends, that the violet flame, the violet light, the violet flame extends through your extended arm and hand again into the hand of at least one person, and then it fills them from their sacred center upwards through their crown, connecting to all that is. If some of you have already imagined many more friends you may know, family members, that are in need of this type of etheric healing. If you haven't already, you can imagine them connecting hands with the person that's nearest you, like a link, like a chain. You're connected to the first soul on the other side of the line. Their other hand is outstretched, connecting them to the next person in need. There is no disintegration of the energy if in your minds you might have 15 people connected in this fashion in your mind. Take a minute now if you wish. I'd like and command you to do this if possible, to think of at least another person that might stand alongside, hands holding hands, making the current strong and complete, bringing them etherically also into this healing visualization. It's more than a visualization, that's the sort of way we're framing this, but you're actually etherically not only projecting your etheric body on that line and that frequency that I mentioned with my voice. Words have power, yes they do, but you're also lovingly bringing along the hand of an aunt, perhaps, a father, your neighbor who may be despondent and out of work. Again, the energy doesn't denigrate itself if there are 500 people in this line. So if you'd like to continue this exercise all the days of your life, or when it moves your soul, we hope we've taught you something wise and useful. When you make a connection in your mind with another person, when you might add another person onto this, yes, let's call it the mt.shasta visualization flame, then you would continue with the teachings just described. Where the light energy will come up through Mother Earth. Not from you this next time, but if there are two people, my friends, that are connected to your outstretched hand, then you would begin in your mind that it begin coming up from the person most immediately touching your hand, and then it run down their arm as if they're the initiator in the described fashion, remembering and continuing to do the same with the violet energy at the top of the body. Making a long chain. Make no judgment about this if you yourselves again feel you only know of one person that stands on the side of the rope in despondency, despair, boredom, self-analyzation, self-criticizing, anything that isn't on the side you're standing. In the moment that we've done this together, I say to you, congratulate yourselves for taking an active stance in the elevation of your lives. There are many forms, many teachings to elevate oneself. Prayer is not the only way. Affirmations are not the only way. Sound is not the only way. The infinite creator made infinite ways. So for some of you, maybe you're not familiar with this, I've just created in the here and now because I know I have the knowingness, and I myself am guided by higher sources at times. I myself am not the highest ranking of angels. So go forth with your lives, knowing that you're standing on this side of the rope, and you're extending your outstretched hands. If some of you are asking, as I see in your minds already, what hand is it then, angel, that I'm reaching over the line with? Is it my left or is it my right? And insensitive to these thinkings and that I'm hearing, I would say, yes, everything does matter. Everything does have meaning. I would say to you, if your dominant side is the right side, then reach with the right arm and hand. Your dominant side is left. Then go with the left side hand, outstretched hand. Hold this visualization in your mind as long as you wish. Some of you I know already will be curious and interested enough to do it actually in a group setting. Do it with the live physical body. But etheric energy has huge amounts of power that the physical body at times cannot. So I'm particularly advising that it be done in an etheric way that we have just done. The etheric body is what we're connecting. As I say, the etheric body has huge amounts of a little bit more, let's say, just call it flexible energy for simplicity than the physical body. But in no way do I want to limit you. It has been my greatest pleasure and honor in our time together here, providing a very brief teaching. As I say, we are calling it, for now, the Mount.Shasta visualization. If you want to call it by some other name that will help you think of this as a link or a chain. Labels are only useful in certain times and certain situations. It's doing the work that matters most. Thank you, dear ones, for doing the work and allowing me to abide by you today until we meet again. Your servant.